done.
That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. And we do the security check.
That's what we're doing. Chat
Right.
rename.
For those
Unmute,
joining in
start
on
video.
YouTube live right now, you're actually here before everybody else today. We're about to open the doors and let everybody come in. All right. Security
Already
done for now?
125 people knocking at the door. Yeah, I think
I
we're good
love it.
now.
And then right at the top of the hour, we got more, right, Linda?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only been a couple. Mm-hmm.
There. All right, we ready?
Good to go. Hit the button. Hit the button again at me. Hit the button. Hit the button. Whoop whoop. All right, I'm trying to clear my brain from the notes on all the last call. Exciting stuff, right, Stacy? Yeah. Actually, I like it. I love it. I love it. And I actually loved, for those of you that are on the call, Build It and They Will Come. It was a great movie, and we're taking that coin phrase. I love it. Build it and they will come. We're building. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Thanks, B. All right. Welcome to the RRR247 and direct-to-consumer team call, conference call, office meeting, new student call, announcement call. It's the everything call, everything important to your business. If you're brand new, I want you to write this down. Please, 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 please. Never miss a Tuesday night call. It's always going to be something different. It's always going to be a big announcement, an addition, something to help you build your business. I see you now. Who's got host?
Rory does.
All right, Rory, Austin's down there in the bottom corner. Can you co-host him, please? Fantastico. Yeah, so yeah, anytime Rory and Tanya are going to add something new to the system to help you build your business, hit your goals, get into more countries, expand, make more money, whatever your ambition is, whatever your goals are here. Anytime they're going to add a new product, a new service, a new tool, a new idea, some new training, some information that, a revelation that Rory or Tanya or a couple of MSIs had and talked about, and they want to share with everybody, help them build and help them get going. It's always going to be announced, promoted, launched on Tuesday night. Tuesday night. So that's the stuff you don't want to miss. And if you're brand new and you're wondering just how important is all that stuff, I want you to go back and listen to the Keystone video again. Listen to the Keystone video, Rory talking about how he launched a new program. Nonviolent crimes. Students when they launched a new program. So imagine just taking 2-3 weeks off because it's shopping season, it's holiday season, it's summer, whatever. And then you come back and you hear all of us talking about something we just launched a few weeks ago, how much fun we're having, how much money we're making, and how fast we're growing, and you miss that. Never miss a Tuesday night call. We know you got to miss one every now and then, right? Life happens. They're going to miss one. But that's what YouTube's for. Go back and rewatch. Go back and watch their YouTube recording. Go back and find out what you missed the very next day as soon as you can. Don't wait until next Tuesday because life happens, right? Same thing can happen next Tuesday. Watch that recording, get to it right away, get with your instructor, get it implemented in your system, in your business, and take advantage of it right away. Never miss a Tuesday night call. There's another great thing that happens on Tuesday nights, and I love it. And we're going to be a little short on time today for this part, but every Tuesday night, there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team. Every week, 10 to 30 people. And we love seeing all the different states being represented. Linda and I like having our friendly banter between Ohio and Florida. It's a great thing. We both get excited when we see an Ohioan come in or a Floridian come in. But you know what? We love the entire country. This is our country. We love every state in this union, and we love all of you. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. If you're brand new, click on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello, hi, my name is Tanya Rory, and I'm coming from Flint, Michigan.
Tanya from Flint, Michigan. Welcome, ma'am. Glad you made it. Welcome to the team.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can, Janet. Where are you calling in from?
Hi, I'm calling from Colorado.
Colorado's in the house. Thank you, ma'am. Glad you made it. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes.
Michael from Florida.
Michael from where?
Florida.
Florida's in the house. Thank you, Michael. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. Welcome to the team. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yep. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida.
Look at that. Florida's representing tonight, Linda.
North
Woo-hoo.
Fort Myers. Yes.
Fort Myers
Thank
is
you.
in the house. Welcome, Sharon. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Big Bass trying to get in. Oh, I see a couple of those other things. Give us a
I've
second,
got
guys.
it. I've got it, Niall. Just keep doing you.
I thought I'd help you. All right. Welcome, everybody. What was that? 5 new people really, really quick. Welcome. And there's a lot of people that just came in. We got a lot still waiting to come in. So it is 9 o'clock, but we're going to give Linda 1 more minute to take care of the autopilot programs that are trying to get in here. And if you guys are aware of any of that, and if you have one, if you know somebody's got one, help them delete it. All right. Remember this. The only one that can record any of our calls is Rory and Tanya. And those programs, they record calls, they transcribe, they do all kinds of things. And they're also a type of virus. You don't want it. Get rid of it. And help the person that you know has one get rid of it. But for all the new people who just got in, welcome to the RRR247 and direct-to-consumer team call, conference call, office meeting, business call, announcement call. It's the most important night of the week, and we're glad you're here. All the big announcements are going to happen on Tuesday night, always, never any other night of the week. Launch it on Tuesday, talk about it on Tuesday, train on it on Saturday. Any new product, service, program, tool, anything that Rory and Tanya are going to launch, put it into the system to help you build your business will always happen on a Tuesday night, never any night of the week, any other night of the week. But we also love meeting all the new people, and I know a bunch just came in. So if you're brand new, like the 5 who just had a chance to say hello, whoever got you here would love to know you made it on. Rory and Tanya would love to hear your name be announced and welcome to the team. If you're brand new, click on that microphone. Let us know you made it. Click the microphone or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say where you're calling in from and welcome. Go ahead, iPhone.
Hello, I'm from Michigan.
Michigan.
I'm Ann.
Ann?
Mhm.
I'm gonna fix your name for you, Ann. How's that?
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, what was it?
It was iPhone, but it's okay. And anybody, if
Oh.
you ever want to change your name, if you're on a computer, I don't
Mhm.
know about the iPhone, it might be difficult. Look for the 3 little dots in the right-hand corner, and it says rename, and you can change your name to whatever you want.
Oh, okay, thank you.
But it's always good to not have your phone number on there when we have, 400, 500, 600 people getting on a call, right?
True, thank you.
Unless you want a lot
Yes.
of phone calls, be very, very, very busy, Ann.
We
Welcome,
have
everybody. Anybody else new
Tanya
besides Ann?
Lowry, but I don't know where she's from. Chris said welcome.
Chris?
Chris back.
Welcome, Chris, wherever you're calling in from. Welcome to the team. All right, anybody else new? Oh, look at the big bunch over there trying that. We got all the
Yeah, I got him.
problems.
Yeah, I was responding in the text. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. I'm here to help too.
I was slipping.
Nah. You are so appreciated that I don't have to watch that button all the time. I can look at all the happy smiling faces and just watch everybody come in. All right, so last call, because we got to get going. And it's starting to slow down on the entry. I think we jumped from 120 people to 256 people really
Wow.
quick. And they're going to, go ahead. And they're going to keep coming in, but we're going to have to get going here in a second. So last call, if you're brand new, welcome to RRR247 and direct to consumer. Click on that little microphone, say hello, tell us what state you're calling in from. Welcome to the call.
It looks like Michigan's the winner tonight. Tanya is from Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, we already got Tanya.
I'm from
Yeah.
Elmont, Michigan.
El's from Beaumont?
Elmont.
Elmont, okay. Don't know where that's at, but north, south, up in. on
I'm
the
only
lake.
about an hour from Flint.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah,
Well, let's not forget that Michael and Sharon and one other person are all from Florida. So come on, Michigan. You can compete. I know you can do it.
Got a Georgine Taylor from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta's in the house. Welcome, Georgine. One more person. Is there one more person that's brand new? All right, I'm going to start hitting some buttons. Sorry you didn't get a chance to say hello. I'm going to get this lozenge out of my mouth. Sorry about that. And I'm going to hit that button, and I'm going to hit that button, and I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to hit a couple more buttons. Arlena, did you want to say hello?
She was having audio problems.
I'm going to say that Arlena is a new person.
She's
And she
not
was trying
new.
to say hello, so I'm going to take
No,
shut her
she's
microphone.
not new. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Um,
but you can unmute Linda. I had to hit the big button so we can.
I've got a Robert that's new. I'm not sure last name or where he's from, but he's in
And
the
it does. And it doesn't even matter, does it? You know why? Because Robert's number 10. Thank you,
Sweet.
Robert. Even though we were crunched on time, you made my story true once again. Every week there's somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people joining the team, and Robert was number 10. So we're going to go ahead and get going. I want to say once again, welcome to everybody. Welcome to RRR247. Welcome to Direct to Consumer. You're in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of great things happening. You are in the perfect place. You join at a perfect time because we have so many great things happening, so much excitement going on. You're going to have a hard time sleeping for the next couple of nights when you realize what a big, huge, and wonderful thing that you just became a part of. So for all of you I haven't met yet and all the brand new people, the 10 that got the sound off and a couple more that are coming in now, my name is Niall Eddy. I live in Central Florida, which is why I get so excited when I see the Floridians sound off and say hello. Welcome, Michael. Welcome, Sharon, and welcome the other 8 people. Welcome, everybody. It's fun to have that little banter between Linda and I, but we really do love every state in this union, and we're just happy to see the growth. And every week, it's a different state that has a higher number than the other states. It's a fun thing to see. So allow us to have a little bit of fun, but you're in the right place at the right time. And welcome to an amazing team, as you're about to find out. I've been in this industry for 35 years now. I've worked with the Ricords for 30 of those 35 years. I've had a great life because of this industry and my relationship with the Ricords. I'm an ex-carpenter that hurt his back, went back to school to be an aviation mechanic. While I was in school, I was introduced to this industry. I did finish school. I did go to work at the airport because that's what I went to school for, an aviation mechanic. But I was only at the airport for about 8 months, and I was able to just quit, walk away, go home, and I've been there ever since. So my son was born a couple of days before I went to school. By the time he was old enough to realize it, he realized Dad's home all day, every day. Dad's always there. I went from the dad who hardly ever got to see them. Lucky I was home in time for dinner, to the dad who got to put him on the bus, take him off the bus, go to every football practice, volleyball practice, cheerleading practice, everything that the kids are involved in. And when high school needed a bowling coach, I raised my hand and became the bowling coach. Why? Because I could, and because it allowed me to spend more time with my kids. Everything I've ever done was driven by what can I do for my kids? What better life can I offer my kids? What can I do to lead by example to show my kids that they can take control of their life and no one else can tell them what to do? I was home every day, and that's all my son knows. He got his first job, well, self-employed, not a job. He was cutting grass in the neighborhood when he was 9 years old, putting some money in his pocket. I taught him how to put a little bit in the bank and then go, treat himself to something for the hard work he just did. He's 31 years old this year, and he's never had a job in his life, and I'm glad he was paying attention. Even when I didn't know that he was paying attention, he was paying attention. He said, all he knows is Dad has always been home. Dad's always been there. Dad worked out of the house. I want to work for myself. I want to be in control of my time and in control of my life, and he's done that. He's 31 years old. He's never had a job in his life, and I couldn't be any more prouder. Can you tell? But anyway, it provided us a very good life. I was able to raise my kids, buy a couple of homes, and now I'm down here in South Florida or Central Florida where I wanted to be, surrounded by all these lakes, and I plan to fish every single one of them for the next 10, 15, 20 years because that's my other pastime. I love to fish. This industry, folks, it changed the course of my life. A carpenter that became a mechanic, that got involved, became a marketer. When I say it opened up doors I never knew existed, I met people I never would have met. I visited countries and talked to people in other countries I never would have had a chance to do as a carpenter or an aviation mechanic. It gave me time freedom. I got to spend all the time in the world I want to with my kids. I built my business around my kids' schedule. That's a funny thing to do, but I was still putting in long days. I was just making sure I was always there at the right time for my kids. And it gave me financial freedom. Didn't matter what my kids wanted to do, where they wanted to go, what they needed. I made sure I could always make sure that I never had to say no again, or, hey, let's wait till this weekend and maybe we'll go do that. It was right on the spot. I spoiled them without spoiling them rotten. They had their heart's desire, but they never lost track of the value of what they had and how we got that, and the effort that is always needed to put forth to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. So the industry gave me a great life, and I paid that forward to my kids. And one of them is following my footsteps, and he's an entrepreneur, and he will be for the rest of his life as well. It allowed us to meet incredible people, and some of those people are the founders of this system, Rory and Tanya Ricord. I met Rory first when I needed a voicemail. I got a hold of him. He hooked me up with the voicemail I needed. Then the internet came out, and he showed me even more of his skill set and the techie knowledge that he has. And he became the number one lead generation company on the planet, still holds that title today. He started building websites. He got better than anybody else out there. He still holds that title today. And his partner, Tanya, is an incredible businesswoman that together they form a power couple like I knew they were going to be when I met them 30 years ago. So I'm not going to take away from the story that's about to be told to you. But if you haven't met the rest of the leadership here, if you're brand new, I want you to go back and listen to a lot of the other Tuesday night calls where we interviewed all the leadership that Rory and Tanya have surrounded themselves with. Linda's one of them. Stacy's one of them. Andy's one of them. Every one of the MSIs and the leaders here have gotten on and told their story, where they came from, how they found this, why they fell in love with it, and why they're still here. All these years later, why they're still here, the belief system that they have and the vision that Rory and Tanya shared with all of us. So tonight I'm going to introduce another one of them. Excuse me. That's why I had the lounger. Tonight I'm going to introduce another one of these leaders to you. So when you get involved and you want to become part of the leadership team and you want to start working your business, when you first get started, you're going to be working on your pages, learning how to modify that content, getting that unique content all over your pages so that we can get Google AdSense put on your page, and Google's going to help you get even more traffic and make more money, right? That's a great partnership. When you're done working on those pages, you're going to be focusing on a couple different things. How to drive traffic to that site to get more people reading your articles, clicking on the links and making you money, and also how to build your teams in our anchor offers. As you start building your teams, as soon as you sign your first bring in your first student, you're going to be an instructor. When you get 10 students, you're going to be a certified system instructor. That means you pretty much know everything that we're doing here. You got it all taken care of. You understand the whole process. You can teach other people how to do that because you've got 10 students now that you're teaching to. And you just keep moving up those ranks until you get to the top. After CSI is what we call GSI. They have about 50 plus students. So then PSI has probably got 175 to 100 students. And then MSI has got well over 100 students and still growing. And some MSIs here have MSIs underneath them because of how fast we can grow with the system, this marketing army that Rory and Tanya have built. So I'm going to introduce to you another part of that leadership that got involved without taking away any of his thunder and telling any of his story. I just know when I met him, the first thing I did was look up. I think he's about 7'6". I don't know, but he is pretty tall. But I looked into his eyes and he looked into mine, and he was asking me questions when I wanted to ask him questions, right? I wanted to know, what are you all about? Who are you? What makes you tick? That's the kind of person I am. But I found him looking into my eyes and asking me questions, and I went, wait, how'd that happen? And then I stepped back and I looked at the question he was asking, and I thought, you know what? This is a person who really wants to know me. That's an amazing thing. I should have known, because that's what we keep attracting. He's got an unbelievable skill set. He's going to share all that stuff with you. He's got an unbelievable love for this system that we put together. He's going to share all that with you. But he's also one of those people when you walk in a room, he's noticed right away. And not because he's 7'6", because he just has that energy that people like to be around. And he's doing incredible things here for all of us in the backgrounds and in the foregrounds, building his business just like we are, but also doing extra things for Rory and Tanya to help us get some of the programs that we have to the next level. So without any further delay, excuse me, y'all, I want to introduce a PSI, probably this close to being MSI, I think. I'm not even sure. I know in my mind he's already there. It just hasn't become official yet. Mr. Austin Christensen, yeah, I hope you can unmute. Did Rory get you? And
I'm good.
Can't
I'm
wait to
good.
hear
You
what
hear
you're
me
going to
okay?
share. Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you're going to share with everybody. And I know they're going to love you just like we do.
Awesome. Well, hey, if you get a moment, if you'll just double check WhatsApp real quick, and then I'll get moving along here. Yeah, so everybody has a story as to how we came into our involvement with Rory and Tanya. And so I just, I was one of those marketers. I was looking for somebody who could manage driving traffic from the affiliate world, like what we do, if you will. And I networked into Rory. And Rory was the one who was driving traffic to the online business that I was promoting. It was teaching people how to make an income from home online. And I didn't have the time to figure out how to drive traffic. And so Rory was my media buyer who I went to buy that traffic. And this is where our relationship started. And, I know everybody starts in a different position. Everyone has come to this in a different place. And so my story is different than everyone else's story. So I'm just going to share my story, and don't think that it needs to be this way for you, because we all do come from a different place as we come into this. And so I came in as a business owner, and I spent $5,000 a week with Rory to drive traffic to my landing page. I did that for the first 3 weeks. Then I waited a week. And then the next month I did $6,000 a week to drive traffic to my website. Then I waited a week. And then the third month it was like $8,000 a week. And that increase that had come was because of the increased sales and the traffic. And ultimately, by the end of the year, it was around $50,000-$60,000 a week that I was wiring to Rory on a consistent basis to drive traffic, to generate those folks who are interested in wanting to make an income from home online. And that's where all of this stemmed from in my relationship with Rory. This is where I met Rory. Now, on that level, a couple of funny things. Those of you who've purchased your PBS, you will know that he has a couple of other businesses. One of them is called Brunette Marketing. And the other one is when you do it, you've purchased your PBS, you probably saw it come from Stag's Loan Processing. To just important little tidbits, because when I was doing the purchases for these wire transfers that I was sending to Rory each week, after it got to be so much, the branch manager at the bank that I walked in asked the personal banker that I was working with to come back and ask me what the money was for, because I had sent all of this money to Brunette Marketing and they thought I was trying to buy a Russian bride. So call that what you want. But they came back and the lady knew at the time I was married. The lady knew that I was married because I'd been in there with my spouse, and sometimes the kids were with me when I was getting there and popsicle and sending the wire to Rory. And I don't know, it was a day or two later when I told Rory the story, and he goes, "Oh, well, just send it to Stags then." And I'm like, "Dude, I can't go Stag after that." So I can see some of you laughing. You got the joke, but given how the whole process flowed, and when I said that to Rory, I swear I don't think he stopped laughing for about 5 minutes, and we had to wipe our tears off. And anyway, just from the whole relationship there with Rory, we just jived from the start. And he's the type of guy that becomes a friend that even if you're not connected, after a while, and you go through silence, he's still that friend again, no matter how it goes. And so over this time of doing business, the sad part of my story is that we then got our wives together and we had a membership in the timeshares that they did. And Tanya, Rory's wife, and my wife didn't get along. And that kind of ended anything there moving forward. The good part of the story is she put a kibosh on it 100%. And I never knew. I was always trying to get us back together, and Rory kind of held it off, and he had to play in between. And I didn't know that behind the scenes, she had said that's never going to happen again. And after a few years, that spouse and I ended up parting ways, and I went through a pretty rough divorce. And Tanya knew that that was coming before I did, and had to kind of be quiet in the background, yet stayed a dear friend of mine and Rory's in a relationship between us, because I mean, I was kind of lost, and Rory was a perfect friend through all of that, and became even a more deeper personal friend as I went through that terrible transition. And for any of you that have been there, my condolences, but at the same time, I understand. And with the support that I had from Rory, even going through that, he became even a more dear friend. And so fast forwarding the story just a little bit more to make it even a little bit more interesting, after going through that divorce, I started dating, trying to date. The marketing of yourself and a profile online is not a fun thing to do. I see some of you laughing, but that's pretty much what you're doing. You start dating again, you get online, and you're doing marketing for yourself, your own profile. And ultimately, I got fed up with it. So I jumped to an international website, and it was an international website where I met my future wife. And lo and behold, the way that that works out is that she is from Ukraine. And when I met her, we did our online dating for about a year. I went out, met her in person. We decided we wanted to be together. And Rory and I hadn't connected for a good long while. And I went out. We agreed we wanted to get married. So I went back out to Ukraine, and we put in all the paperwork that was needed for the Ukrainian government to make sure everything was good, that I was truly single. My divorce had happened. All the papers were notarized, all that stuff. We got the phone call saying, okay, all the paperwork is approved. You can go ahead with the marriage. And then the next day, the bombs started dropping. And I was in Ukraine when everything hit the fan here a couple of years ago. And I could pull up WhatsApp right now, and I got a message within a day or two from Rory, and we hadn't talked for a long while. And he specifically asked, man, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. His next question was, is there anything I can do to help? So he is one of those friends that you develop that relationship, that loyalty is there. And now, in that transition and in that mess and that conflagration of what do we do next? What am I going to do? I wasn't in this full time. And I had some real hard thinking to do, because we ended up in limbo. My new wife and I, we weren't even married yet. We couldn't get married in any nation that we went to at that point, because we ended up fleeing to Romania. And in Romania, they couldn't marry us because neither of us were citizens of Romania. We were 100% in limbo. And in that time, I reached out to Rory and I said, this is my plan. We had done a lot of business before. He knew me. And I said, look, I did a proposal, said, maybe we look at this. He came back immediately, said, let's go for it. So I transited and I cut ties with where I was at in the professional world. And I came aboard full time with Rory, working through. I had some savings, obviously. And anyway, in wrapping this up, and without going too much longer over, but in the last 2 years, in that time, I have developed and been able to develop with Rory a passive residual income that meets or exceeds my monthly needs. So I have achieved that level of freedom to where if I need it, I can go and live anywhere. And I have that freedom. I can choose where to live, and I get to choose my social freedom, meaning the people I associate with. And that would not have happened in any way, shape, or form without the relationship that I'd established with Rory. And I am so grateful for that opportunity. And again, this is my story. Every one of you have a different story. And wherever you've come from, wherever you're at, I can say with 100% confidence to keep at it and come and learn and let the pieces fall together as you stair step through it. And so without any further ado from this point, I just want to go ahead, transfer it over to Rory, say thank you for this system and for being involved and for the opportunity that I have to continue to help build and be a part of the team.
But one thing he didn't address, Rory, one thing. How tall are you, Austin?
Oh, I am 6'4". I'm not
I
quite
was close.
7. I
was
might have been
close,
in the
give or take.
NBA and we never would have been talking if that was the case, but I can't, but either way.
Oh,
Anyway,
great story.
there we go.
Thanks for sharing, bud.
You bet.
Yeah. And you guys, I have a lot of really long-term relationships, and you meet really good people, and Austin, Austin probably could have talked about an hour longer and covered some more things, and go to the highlight on it. I got to tell you though, like, relationships are everything. They just are. And you find someone that's really good, and you just got to, you know they have a good soul. And I got to tell you, he's the one that does our Spanish translations. He got our, the marketing that's freedom is in Spanish things, and we're building up a lot more Spanish stuff. So we talk about that. He's been helping with that instrumentally. But there is a lot happening. There's a lot of leaders here, and yes, I'll just say this, and I got to go into some other things here. I bamboozled. That's our word when we take over. I bamboozled this training from Tanya tonight because I wanted to touch base on some things, and it's a really good opening with Austin and what he just covered to kind of segue into this. But relationships are everything, and I've always at any of my mentors and their relationships, and if they have short ones, and what's their character like long term. And we've had some amazing people come into Triple R here long term, and it's I just love to see that. And I have people that are in my life that are part of the network, and they say your network is your net worth, and it is so true. The more people the more you're working with, the better your life's going to be. And you never know where it's going to go down the road and where the future is going to lead, because things just change, right? And you guys, Austin was a very big part of the pre-Triple R thing happening, because we were creating leads before I ever took the path to where I was going to start teaching all this stuff and helping people actually do something online. And the process that I was doing with Austin was an absolute precursor to getting this done. Like, if it just was you look back and the path is there, but every time I think about those days, I'm very grateful for the partnerships that we had and the way to test things out. And Austin was one of the good guys in that space that was like always trying to improve the training, and we got to make sure people are getting something of value. And so when I started doing the RRR247, we started doing the fulfillment and teaching people how to do all this, he was always right there. And you guys know what he didn't tell you? He was always checking in on me. How's this going? How's that going? He came in the office to help me for a bit. He was always there because he saw what we were trying to do, and he believed we could help the people that needed the help the most. People need help. He was always been about that. So I just wanted to just let you guys know there's a lot to that story. But he was always a good voice because he believed in the vision of helping a lot of people that no one else would help from day one. It's something he always was part of with his process too. And he never said, we're not going to do it. He always said, look, you'll figure it out, Rory. I know it's there. I know there's an answer. And he's always wanted to be part of that. So I just want you guys to know, like, there were some good cheerleaders coming out of there, and then to have him be fully immersed in it, great. It's a great thing. Okay. Someone else can watch the button for me. I'm going to go into hyper focus on a couple topics for the time. We are at the end of October. We're not going to be having a Thursday night It's Halloween. We like Halloween. We got grandkids, especially. So we want everybody to enjoy Halloween. We usually never do a training or anything on Halloween. It's a fun night. You know, people are gonna have the whatever's going on in the neighborhoods and everything going on. It's not a good attendance night. It's a fun time, and so enjoy with safety. Remember, wine does go with candies. There's all sorts of charts about it. Red wine goes with chocolate, right? So think about that. I know it's like the chili and the stews, and Tanya does a really good soup. It's a traditional thing. Enjoy the food on that. We have some upcoming holiday times. I'm going to touch base on a few things in lieu of that. Wine, guys. The inventories are there. They're going down, but there was shipping, and guys, and we're going to be in temp controlled, depending on the state, coming soon. Right now, it's not there. So if you order now, the wine's going to go out quick, meaning it's going to get to you pretty quick. You can stock up for the holidays. I've talked to a lot of people, and because we had a delay when we were getting everything set up for this new transition, a lot of people are dry. Or you got a little bit, get some more. I'm going to tell you, you're going to want it for the holidays. Like, this is the first holiday season where I don't think a lot of us are well stocked. Now, we're well stocked. I got a new wine toy that disperses the wine. I'm going to have to do a video on it. It's a lot of fun. But I'm just going to bring this up. Now, in our back office, okay, and I think I might want to do a run through of it. I don't want to get this taken off. If I show one clip of our CRM with anybody's account information, it gets taken down. Like they're on it. So I'm just going to visualize this, and then we'll do a training when I can turn it off YouTube and put it back on. Probably is when you get a PBS _W _name, that is somebody that came in through your wine form on the PBS Vortex. I get them all the time. My wine pages are out there everywhere. Okay. And there is a process that we have to send them a welcome message. We make them a customer. So we take them from a lead and we modify the lead to put their name in there and make them a wine customer. And then we send them a welcome message to it. And then they can log in and they can order wine. Okay. There's a whole process to that. And I'm going to go through it Saturday. Now, this is very important, you guys. I'm going to philosophize today. There's not enough time on Tuesday to break down and train you stuff. That's why we have the 2 hours on Saturday. Okay, now I'm bringing this up because between now and Saturday, any of us that drink wine have friends that drink wine. There's not a single person on this planet that drinks wine and has no wine friends. It doesn't work like that. You drink wine, you have friends that drink wine. You have lots of friends that drink wine. Okay? And this is one of those times of the year where a simple message go out to them where, hey, I've created an account for you. You're welcome to log in here. Here's a great thing for the membership of the wine. You can check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. I suggest all the reds or all the whites. There's a time and place to do something like that. We're in that time and place. We're going to focus on this on Saturday. I'm going to walk you guys through the entire thing. And like I said, I might have to go off YouTube, do the little bit, come back onto YouTube. Probably is what I'm going to do. Right? I'll segue to show that part, leave it, come back on. So make sure you guys are there. Now, you guys, that PBS Vortex, I've been testing it, hitting it hard. I'm getting more and more wine customers. I'm getting more and more people that are coming into the PBS process. I'm getting more and more growing the community with it. You need to understand how that works in relationship to how we work the bee marketing and how the circular approach of it goes together. This is a big time for all of this. It's a big moment. So I want you guys to understand the timing is like perfect. Why? It's the end of October. If they order wine now, they're going to have it for Thanksgiving. So now is the time to hit people up on it. And if they don't get it for Thanksgiving, it's Christmas and New Year's. People are thinking about it. And it's good to plant the seed. And we're going to go over the messaging on it. We're going to go over some approaches on it. And then when I actually teach you how to modify the lead, I'm going to record it separately on another thing and put it up, but we're going to take it off YouTube so I don't lose all the other training I'm doing on Saturday. Why am I telling you this now? Because I want you guys to be thinking about people you know, right, that drink wine. We're not even going to ask them to buy. We're going to just put them in the system, add them as a lead, add them as a wine lead or a wine customer, and send them a nice welcome message about, hey, we have this exclusive wine. You know, you might want to check it out. We can talk about it. And then in some cases, you're going to say, you know, if they're in, I'm just going to let you guys know that this is how this works. Okay. Now, when I started doing wine, we had it to where they had to be a customer. They had to be a buying customer to get put in. Well, we're doing this in an acquisition format. And we're going to do this with other projects. The right projects make sense. Okay. So it goes like this. At some point, our customers in our CRM, right? We're all staff members. We have our own customers. Our customers are going to be exposed to a lot of other aspects of how we market in addition to what we do in our PBS. There's some bigger plans in the future. Wine is just a great door. Wines is a great opening, and they get another admin they can log into. I mean, and we're just going to let them know, hey, this is an exclusive club. Yeah, this is something I'm part of. You're my customer, right? I'm putting you in this club. Doesn't cost anything. And if you want to order the wines, fantastic. I recommend getting the mix. You can try them all. You can talk about it. That's it. Simple. Okay. Now we're also doing this with everybody we do the V marketing with. Now I've laid the seed out on this. I've talked with the instructors about it, but I'm bringing this up for anybody that has a PBS, because when somebody fills out that form, they're interested in wine. How do you handle that? What do you do? And how do you go forward? When somebody fills out the PBS form, they're interested in what we do as a community. They're interested in the performance blogging system. What do you do next? How do you handle that? There's a teacher form and the student form. All these things we're going to walk through how to handle it on Saturday. And it needs to be recorded on a separate thing. So if you're coming there, please be logged in, the main one, because it's not going to be on YouTube. We're probably not going to be on YouTube much. I'm going to be recorded in a separate system that I have, so I can put that up just because I'm showing the CRM. So I'll make note of it on there. I'll let people know, hey, if you're on YouTube, you might want to log into the actual training Saturday, because it's going to be recorded anyway. But you guys, this is a big thing for people to know, and I'm getting a lot of questions. I'm also seeing people getting leads and they're not handling them properly. We got to fix that. Okay, there's a process to it. We're gonna take them in from that. As they come in as a PBS lead, you get notified by email. You got that new lead. What do you do with it? It's a PBS lead. It's a PBS wine lead, right? It's a teacher. What do you do with it? How do you handle it, right? We're going to go through that. The other reason is we're going to be really, really focusing on a couple of our different directions with our anchors. And I want to make sure you guys know how to do this, because what happens is when we bring in more traffic, we're going to make more money from Google AdSense and everything else. But the more traffic means more leads are going to get filled out. It's a numbers game. The more people that see that, you're going to attract the right people that are going to be interested in whatever else we have. And it doesn't take many of them to move the needle on income. Everybody that joins your PBS team is adding to your network. Your network is your net worth. Everybody you add as a wine customer, you're adding into a network. Some of us have hundreds of people we've introduced wine to over the years. That's a network of people that drink wine. We make money every time they order. But wine drinkers also are great consumers for other things. So we're building out a platform to go into the future. So let me just paint some things, right? So you say, so when the future comes, you're like, well, yeah, Rory talked about this back in October of 2024. The blogging system is just going to be adapting and continuing to grow. The CRM gives us an entirely new platform to add to the circular motion that we have with everything else here. It's a new marketing wonderland. And I've been seeing these trends and these directions, and I'm like, wow, we've got to capitalize on this. We got to get going on it. More and more things are going to come in that way, right? Now you look at it, right? We have circular motion with our anchors. So we already have this incredible system within Velveeta, right? Amazing back office, amazing applications on the apps. Everything's tying together. We got great tech, great products, right? We have a lot of marketing munition to go market this health and wellness plan. We have a new product coming out soon that I've told you guys all is going to freaking blow your minds. It's going to increase all of our potential with that product. You don't know what it is. You'll hear about it as soon as I can tell you about it, which will be when we launch it. But I'm going to be ready for when we launch that. We're going to have the memes ready. You know, I'm going to have all sorts of stuff ready for us to push that and go. And in addition to that, we have our wine business. And the wine business, we pivoted, went a whole different direction with it, and we're capitalizing on that. And that's going to open up the door to other products and services and another type of platform that people can access things from. Now, I saw some hiccups on what we're doing currently. We're going to be shifting some other developments of our kiosk offers, and we're going to be tying more and more of those into this direction. It's all stuff that I see down the road, stuff that we got to tweak technology on and do it in a way that doesn't impact what we're doing now, just adds to what we're doing. But, you know, these Tuesdays are, to me, you know, Tanya's going to be building you guys up on a lot of content to be a better you, be more organized. But this is also our business time. This is your business call every week to focus on your why and the tools and the vehicles we have at RRR to build what you want, right? We want to build that time and financial future. Those that show up on these calls want it more. You don't show up, you're not going to keep the paces on it. I can't talk to everybody. Tanya can't talk to everybody. It's impossible. We have this incredible medium called Zoom that lets us literally face-to-face talk to everybody, convey the same message under our tones, right? We don't pass the message to somebody to pass to you. It's not recorded. We're doing it live. Of course, we do record it for people that miss it, but it's live, and we share that energy with you. And I'm going to bring up some points, and it's something that is so incredible. And it's something Tanya wanted me to mention. She brought it to me. They did a poll, right? They do these studies and polls about people that want to own their own business. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's a reason everybody doesn't have their own business. Everybody could. I think everybody should. But there's a reason they don't. So the study said that they took a poll and out of the room, 60% of the room said they wanted their own business. Out of that 60%, 6% of them actually did. Not 6% out of the whole thing, 6% of the 60% did it. Being a business owner is tough. It's not for the weak-minded. You're going to put a lot of risk for the reward you're going to get. Now, those of us that get it and know it, I'm unemployable. I will always be my own business owner. Why would I not? I know what I need to put into it. I get it. But those that don't get it, it's a struggle. And even if you know everything you got to do, it's still a struggle. Marketplaces go up and down. And I want to talk about that today because, you guys, I don't think people understand this. We've been through ups and downs. We have the experience. We built this to be bulletproof for everybody that would just jump on and trust the process and go. The number one reasons businesses fail is not a reason for anybody here to fail, and that's knowledge, know-how, and capital and marketing. You guys have it. It's unbelievable how much we have. We're not even utilizing it all. It's actually almost horrific. and we cycle through. I'm going through the lead process. We have so many people that are coming back through 6 months later, a year later, they're coming right back through. We didn't talk to them the first time. We may not get a hold of them the second time. We might get a hold of them the third. There's all these psychological processes, right? Some people are just looking to see if something's better. They're coming back and forth or whatever, right? And we're out there to reach out to them and we're going through it. And our system, our V marketing in the CRM system is the most effective process I have ever been part of. And it's ours. Like, it's not a system I have to go look to try to buy. We built it for this. It is so freaking efficient. And we've been figuring out how to make it even more and more efficient. And that's what we do on the Saturdays, right? In the V marketing hours. And teaching people that skill set allows them to do the number one thing we all need to do for leverage, which is bring other people in, bring other partners in. You guys, I need you to understand that the business model that they have at RRR247 is unlike anywhere else in the world they're going to go. Our success rate is huge. You show up, you're going to win. You're going to need to learn things. You're going to have to learn how to organize. You're going to have to find the time to do what's necessary to get launched off the ground. You're going to have to go through that mode of getting ready to get ready and figuring out like, hey, you got to jump into this. You got to be an active participant in your business, not just a spectator waiting to jump in. All those things are real in any business. We have everything here to constantly support, constantly drive into people. And I need you to understand that, because when you open the door to anybody else to come in, I don't think people realize that there isn't anything like this out there. There's nothing like this out there, not even close. We're giving people something, a real chance. We're giving them absolute hope of a solution. So for everybody that's been diving into the V marketing, you're opening this door to help a lot of people. And we do it one at a time. And you're going to get better at the process. You're going to get better at delivering the message. Things are so laid out. Now, my job is to make things better. My job is to find ways to make efficiencies better and grow our product offerings, grow what we're doing. Well, let me just size things up as we're rounding out this year. I'm going to tell you right now, the pace that you're at right now is going to carry you into the next quarter, right? As hard as you push this fourth quarter, it's going to carry you into the next 90 days. We have a live event coming up in Panama in February, the 6th to the 9th. It's a destination I haven't been, Tanny hasn't been to. We're very excited about it. We have a lot of people on their way to get there. We are showing more people earning that trip right now, they keep their paces up, than we've ever had for a trip in our entire history. Put that in perspective. A lot of people just being consistent. And there's still time for anybody to even start now. 8 weeks, you can knock it out. We have people that have already earned their airfare, the whole trip and the airfare, and they're going for more. It's been a month in a 3-month qualifying period. A lot of people have their pipeline filled. They're going through the process. We're adding things. We just launched in October a very effective thing with Velabita where, for $9.95 a month, people become part of that V Club and get these amazing products at 50% off. So now more and more people can afford to take all 5 products. 4 out of the 5. You know what we're not hearing? Man, you know what? I really wish I could take Zoom every night, but I really want the brain and I want the youth, but I can't afford it. We don't hear that anymore. That problem was solved. The first part of October. And we're rolling with that going forward. You guys, we get to put people in, give them more and more value. You guys understand, like, everything here has gotten better. Doesn't matter what's going on in the rest of the world. We just work with the right people. PASA found a way to get the product price more value-based for our members. That's what good CEOs do. We got our cost of operation and our technologies down lower than they have ever even been, and made parts of them commissionable to make it even better as a business model. You guys, we went from a $4.50 cost of goods to run your business here to literally $1.80, $180 a month. That's less than a power bill to have a business that you can make a lot of money with, because we fund all the marketing. For everybody that's brand new, just know that it used to cost a lot more to operate this, and it was still amazing. The improvements and the upgrades, we have better tech and lower overheads. That's how you know you're in an amazing place. The rest, we have to adapt. We got to make this so people could struggle through it longer while they go through the learning. Now, I'm going to go into another topic here on the business ownership. I'm going to tell you guys, once you get it all figured out and you get the metrics going and you actually step in and you're getting the customers and you got your Google AdSense going and all that thing, it's so worth what you just did. However long it took you to get there, it's so worth it. And then if you keep applying it and you don't quit, it gets more and more worth it. It gets incredible. And it's not easy. Doesn't happen in one night. Doesn't happen, with a thought and a whim. You're learning a lot of new things. But they're all things that, guys, they're standing the test of time. The same thing that I understand on building content back in the late 90s is still effective today in the mid 20s. I don't see it changing anytime soon. Same fundamentals. How we place our ads. We're still posting ads in the same places we've been posting for a long time with the same effectiveness. Social media has been morphing. It's been changing. Sure. Still works. The next new thing might come out. Sure. We'll adapt. We get a pivot at will. The tools might. The aspects of the tools might. We have great product offerings. We have desire. That's where you want to be. We have so many things hitting that I've never seen in my life of doing this. And I'm just going to talk about a few of them really quick. Bella Vita. Because we have products that actually people can lose weight, feel better, and get ahead of themselves. Like they can literally transform their life, wealth and health. And we have more coming. We just got positioned where now it's super affordable. Like we had an affordable product for what it was already. High quality product, great price. 50% now? That's shocking. And it's been a month. We're watching it go. You guys, our sales volumes are actually up. Why? People are actually able to afford it and get more than what they did before. The value's better for those that understood where it was at. We continue this, it's just going to get better and better and better. At the same time, we've figured out keywords and a focus and a lifestyle change with seed oils being bad, and the world needs to hear that message. It's a message that we're not just sharing by ourselves. At the highest influences, it's coming out everywhere. This is a special time. Do you know when you're in the trend and you are ready for it? I know because I've done this many times. I've been in the right place at the right time because I was watching the trends and pivoting on them, jumping right on them. We're in the right place. And we're going to help a lot of people with it because it relates to better health. And the message is going to be ringing clear, and it's going to be supported by everything around you. Let me explain something about the time we're in. You guys, we understand Google. We understand how it works. Is anybody here, if you have a iPhone or an Android and you start talking about anything, you're going to see ads about that anything, correct? You guys see this. It's like common knowledge now. It doesn't even shock us anymore. Is there anybody here that's not getting stuff on seed oils like crazy? It's everywhere. Well, that's where we want to be, is everywhere. But we also are part of that solution. We're also going to be looking for a lot more food solutions and things in our kiosk offers that go along that same circular path. We get to be part of a marketing revolution of understanding there's better foods out there and what harm's been done. And people are going to be looking for alternatives and where to spend their money on food. What's really important about that is you guys know the top 4 areas of spending? It's necessities. There's 4 though. Food, clothing, shelter, and entertainment. And depending on the person, entertainment might be the first in the order. Some people spend more money in entertainment than they do food. Some do it more in housing. I know I have friends that spend thousands of dollars every month to go to concerts constantly. That's more of a priority than their clothes. Okay. I'm saying this because if you're not in the main elements of people's spending, you're not in the necessities, you have a harder time to be successful in business. So food, clothing, shelter, right? Real estate carries clothing, but food's an absolute necessity. No eat, no life, right? It's our energy source. Nutrition is part of food, right? This is why I've always had a nutritional product. Weight loss, right? Proper nutrition, vanity, we care how we look. Those are all part of the food and clothing necessities. We're in that realm. We always will be in that realm. Food. Wine's a food. In case you didn't know. So you focus on those, right? Now, we're not in the real estate stuff so much. We're not, every now and then I look at some areas we can go there, but we're not in that really. We're really in the food area a lot. And we try to blend into clothing, which has a lot of subject directions to it. And that's why I like our savings plan. It covers like all these things in entertainment. It covers the main necessity areas. But marketing on intake and food and what's good for you, and there's a reason there's so much of it out there, is because it's a big area to focus on. Now, education's like after entertainment in dollars spent, and it's still big. It's massive, but it's also priority, and it's there. And so that's why we look for these different areas to kind of work on and massage into what we do. But we want to be disruptors. We want to have something that we can put out there and swing for home runs, right? We're not just relying on one. We got 3 incredible anchors that are tied up in all of this, right? I just want you guys to just understand. And at the same time, we're dealing with so many trends that are supporting what we're doing. Like, we're not far ahead of the trends. We're already in place as these trends are becoming part of that 17% collective where it's going to be a saturation point where everybody's going to be aware of it. We're getting to a point where people are all around the world are going to know the seed oils are horrible for us, and the consensus is going to grow. There's already people picketing and driving notice to Kellogg's and these big companies that they don't want the poisons in their foods anymore. That's not something that might happen down there. No, it's happening now. You guys, we're in the trends, and it's up to us to maximize those. And so these meetings we do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, this is what we're going to focus on. Okay. None of the philosophy talk. Let you guys kind of know what's coming down the road, so you guys just get things out of the way. We're going to be on a very tight agenda every week going forward. We have a lot to do. All right. You guys, we're in the midst of the holiday spending. We have a lot to do on those ads. We're in the midst of the gift giving, lots of ads. We're in the midst of weight loss, and the weight loss peaks as we get towards December. We have a lot to do with that. There's a lot. There's also some editing we got to look at on the Villa Vita pages, because as we're bringing customers in, we got this V Club that we definitely want to focus on. And how do you do that without and not take away, right? And the thing about it is I've been coming up with some things I want to start testing. But you guys, we got a product offer. We've never had the ability to get people 50% off for life with any type of a membership program like at all. Like it's a big deal. And not only is it a big deal, it's a very big rewarding deal. Because I'm already seeing that our attrition rates are going to be greater than ever. Like this adaptation just gets me more and more excited. The more people I share it with, you guys, you know, when you call somebody that hasn't been getting the products, and they just, it's a money thing. Man, Rory, I just can't afford $300 a month. You say, well, you can do it for $150. You know what they say? Oh my God, they just do it. The value's there. It's unbelievable. Like and it's like it feels really good, and then they understand it. Now going forward, everybody's gonna be a little bit spoiled because it's available, but they're coming in. The initial purchase is full price retail. Then they get into it. If they're a member, they get a great price on the member pack, and then they get it. All these things have been put in place for proper ascension of a customer base, ascension of acquisition. And it's awesome to be part of it. And then you look at what we're doing with the wine, and we're able to separate this incredible membership, and that's going to open up the door to a lot more programming to allow us to offer another platform for other products and services to our customers that have a staff account member to work with them. And that's going a whole nother direction. All circular to what we're doing. We're going to have some exclusive things. We're building up the foundation for it. We already have exclusive things. Very flexible, very available to open. Now, we're at 10. We're gonna kick off this call. We're gonna go into our accountability and our millionaire course next. I'm gonna just open this door. If you've not been to that, anybody doing V marketing or getting ready to do V marketing that's been studying it, you need to show up to that call. It's right after this. We do it right at the top of the hour. We're having accountability, and anyone that has one or more PBSs in the time frame before the week. So before we cut off on Sunday night, so this last Sunday, anybody with one or more PBS, we go on to a special millionaire course thing where we focus on things. Today's going to be fun, and that's every week. And you guys, we're pressing to get as many of RRR247 instructors and the family here to that Panama trip. Anybody can start and go. We got 2 months, plenty of time. Here's a rhythm we get into. We'll cover that really quick before we segue to that portion. I'll see you guys there in like in 3 minutes. All right. Great call tomorrow on Brain Food with Sheila. No call Thursday. Saturday, we're going to go over the PBS Vortex links to creating them as customer relationships, possible PBS team members, relationships with RRR247 team members. All of that we're going to cover on Saturday, and then more ad posting and cover content. We have a lot. Love you guys. See you in the next call. If you're on YouTube, you're at the log.